Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello and welcome once again to another quick shot review. This one is for the globe-trotting adventures of the new Indiana Jones film, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Of course, it's always going to have a really random name, but ultimately it's better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull already because it's just a better name, really. Anyway, it is a 2023 film and it's a 12A, around 2.5 hours long. I was not bored at any point during this run time. So it is directed by James Mangold and the writer is Jez Butterworth. I think there's some input here from others as well, but ultimately let's get into the main part of the podcast, and we hope you join us there for more information on this next adventure for Dr. Indiana Jones. As mentioned, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny was our film this week. It hit cinemas here in the UK on the 28th of June. I went to go and see this on the 30th, which was a really good showing because it was in the middle of the day. I managed to get some time off work and go and see it. It does star Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones, of course. Phoebe Waller-Bridge as Helena, who is the other protagonist. Antonio Banderas as Ronaldo, which is really cool. And you got Karen Allen in there in little bits as well, which, you know, the original actress for Marion, John Rhys Davies as Salah, and lots of others as well. Toby Jones plays Basil Shaw. You've got some newcomers as well. Ethan Isidore playing Teddy, Mads Mikkelsen playing Dr. Voller, the main antagonist here, and it's just a star-studded cast filtered with young actors and actresses as well, which is great. So I really liked this film. I really liked it. Ethan Isidore's Teddy played a really prominent role in this. Very reminiscent to Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So yeah, it is ultimately an enjoyable film, but it is a Disney film, so go into it with an open mind because Disney are just they're just bumming the hell out of everything at the moment. All of their IPs, they're just trying to rake in the money, and I don't like that. However, apart from some really dodgy CGI, and it's only the daytime CGI, I will say, apart from some really dodgy CGI, it was really enjoyable. There is always that element of you can't believe it, the element of make believe in Indiana Jones film Temple of Doom, you know, the Ark, Raiders of the Lost Ark with the ghosts coming out at the end. Sorry if you haven't seen it, but why not? It's like no, it's 30 years old. So, well, longer than 30 years old actually. But yeah, you've got to suspend your disbelief with an Indiana Jones film, and ultimately, this is exactly the same. There is and this was my fear, the beginning sequence, the soft opening, as it were, is probably the best part of the whole film because of how it's done, and it's really good. Really enjoyed that. Needed more of that throughout the film. Lots of action sequences as well, which is absolutely what you want from an Indiana Jones film. Lots of nods to the old Indiana Jones films as well, and it is really well made apart from the CGI, and I absolutely cannot understand the hate that this film is getting, because I'm a massive Indiana Jones fan. The first three films are fantastic. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull can go and do a running jump off a bridge, because that is not an Indiana Jones film. That film is stupid from start to finish. It Yes, like I say, you've got to suspend your suspend your disbeliefs and just go into it with an open mind. But Kingdom of the Crystal Skull not only had aliens in it, it also had Indiana Jones and Marion being rescued from a quicksand pit with a snake. And I feel like at that point it was just, let's put a snake in here because Indiana Jones doesn't like snakes. This one is done more tastefully, definitely. It's got all of the elements of that exploration that should be in an Indiana Jones film. The only thing that's not really believable here is an 80-year-old swinging on a rope and doing all the stuff that Indiana Jones does. Because let's face it, he's getting on. So he does deliver on the character. There's only one person that could play Indiana Jones, in my opinion. I do feel like they're setting up for the next iteration, because this film had the right amount of action, the right amount of story. Some people say it's lazy writing, but if you look at the Indiana Jones films, they follow the same formula. Indiana Jones has an artifact. The Nazis come along. They want the artifact. Indiana Jones goes and finds the artifact. The Nazis magically appear and take the artifact. It's cookie cutter. It's exactly what it says on the tin. It's an Indiana Jones movie. And I feel like this movie is showing us what the Uncharted movie could and should have been. I was watching this film and thinking, that reminds me of Uncharted. That reminds me of playing Uncharted. That reminds me of playing Uncharted. There was sequences on top of trains. There was chases through streets. There was everything that you want from an Indiana Jones film. And I would absolutely 100% recommend you go and watch this. If you are an Indiana Jones fan, if you're a film fan, you will find a lot to love in this film. Ultimately, you'll find a lot to dislike as well. There are some plot points here where it just gets a bit ridiculous. It goes beyond the religious iconography and just goes into the realms of nuts. Now, you've got Icarus. Is it Icarus? I'm gonna have to check now. I don't think it is. It's a Greek. No, sorry, a Roman mathematician that I'm thinking of, and I can't remember the name of him, and this is going to be really annoying. Archimedes, there we go. Yeah, so it's all based around Archimedes in history this time rather than religion, although obviously that does play a massive part in it because the Nazis were well known for stealing artifacts of great religious power, and it goes along with the rhetoric of Indiana Jones. So yeah, I really enjoyed this film. I'm not gonna lie, I did, and I'm not ashamed to say I enjoyed this film. It's not the best film. It's not gonna change the way you think about an 80-year-old swinging on a rope. However, it's fun, it's enjoyable, and it's an Indiana Jones movie. It's everything that Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was not. And ultimately, that gets a thumbs up from me right here on Quick Shot Reviews for Cheap Shot Entertainment, the dedicated movie channel for Cheap Shot Entertainment. Once again, I've been your host, Luke. If you're listening to this as a podcast, please do consider subscribing to get all of the episodes. These episodes will include other things like wrestling pay-per-view reviews as well as movies. And eventually, when I get around to organising it, interviews with actual wrestlers as well. But I'll put that as a separate thing, so you can find what you want to watch, what you want to listen to. If you're on YouTube, you know what to do by now, people. If you like it, drop us a like, leave us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to find out when we post new things, which is every Tuesday for the movies. So that is it, people, for this one. I'd recommend you go and see this film. It is great. I loved it. And that is me for now. So I will see you next time, movie fans. Goodbye.